Hello there, welcome to today's Daily Dominion. Looks like we have Menagerie Renaissance. Um, as usual with the Renaissance boards, there's always some fear that the um, kind of fast cards just make greening early much stronger than it is in the non-Renaissance games. And so in the absence of alt VP, it becomes more important to contest some of the provinces earlier. Like on this board, there's lots of draw, there's thinning, there's gains. The plus actions are a little awkward. That's the main missing piece here. I mean, you can get there eventually. If you can empty two piles and the paddocks suddenly are a village effect, and we have Snowy Village, which is a pretty exotic village. Gives you a bunch of actions, but then handicaps the rest of your turn. So certainly a little awkward and sensitive to like the order you draw your cards in. And then there's also exploration, which can give us some villagers. Which exploration here has some synergy with like displace and falconer. Whether that's enough. I mean, even if you just use exploration every turn, it's netting you basically one extra terminal that you could play a turn, which isn't huge, because also there's some good money and buy sources here, so skipping buys is not obviously good. I mean, I still think we'll play with exploration here, but and then beyond that, the I guess the fear is that treasure key stuff is pretty quick. I think what we want to do, I think I'm going to go Silk Merchant Silver. And then try to buy one treasure and then a sanctuary. And then from there, kind of look at the speed of everything to kind of decide on other stuff. I think another option you can go with here is like, I don't know, you could try Exploration Silk Merchant in whatever order, it doesn't matter. But I think I'm going to go with the silver. We may hit, if we're lucky here, we may hit double 5. Yeah, okay. So we have the, not strictly the best shuffle possible, but very, very close to it. No, basically the best shuffle possible. I take that back. It was essentially perfect. Not essentially. It was the best shuffle. As long as the Silk Merchant is in bottom decked, if you hit the double 5, that's as much as you can wish for. So now we're running along here pretty good. We'll go ahead and play this. So we can take the key here, I think. Normally I would be more inclined to trash earlier. Especially just because the pot's gonna take the key back anyway. Probably next turn, but within a couple turns certainly. But I do want to hit 5 and get another sanctuary, I think. This may end up being, I don't know, we may still pick up a snowy at some point and play with displace as well, but it's just it's just very fast, and we're in a good spot. So I don't want to complicate it if we can kind of get out of here more cleanly. And the bot is already buying province, which I think is probably too early, to be honest. Okay, so let's think now. Can't really take a paddock. I mean, again, we could take a third sanctuary, though that seems maybe a little excessive. Could try a falconer. I don't know. This is kind of the point where we have to decide if we want to go super thin or if we want to go for a little more draw. Okay, so the bot buys. So this is pretty nice. Okay. So do we play this even if we... Kind of nice to cycle. I was going to say it's kind of... I mean, we got lucky, so that's cool too, but it's kind of nice to cycle here even if you don't. Like even if I had drawn the treasure, which of course we were fortunate we didn't, so... I don't really think Slay is that good. And I don't really want to duck it without trashing. Okay, so they're gonna take... They're gonna take flag bearer. We could think about a flag bearer. Okay. If I thought any pile was gonna run, I could go for a... We just take an exploration here. Okay. Don't need to spin any villagers here. Take the key back and then we'll owl this guy. Okay, so bottom card is the sanctuary. Okay. This was good. So we're going to take the flag back, and even in worst cases, it makes, or not forces, but incentivizes them to... Trying to think of the money situation if we have a treasure. I mean, the advantage of like gold here is that we can trash down, we can remove all the coppers and just be playing with treasure, gold and silver. Though it may be better to have 10 anyway. I don't know if the ducat provides much value. It might be okay. Okay, they're the 3 provinces, so. But they do... They did lose the flag now, so that's nice. Okay. We'll just owl flag bearer here. It was, of course, a little bit unfortunate that we're owling the flag bearer instead of the. We could kill this or exile this silk merchant now. I mean, if we need to, we can just owl one of the sanctuaries. 1, 2, 3, 4. We could take a treasure to get a coffer, basically. I'm gonna say no to that. So it's not insane. Okay, what do they do there? Okay, they just take their plus stuff. The bad part about this deck, one of the bad parts, there are multiple bad parts, to be honest. No, it's okay. It's actually okay, but we do have sort of limited payload. Guess we keep this copper so we can get a coffer. I mean, the coffer gains. Well, we don't have to keep it, I guess, this turn. Okay, we'll just not keep it this turn. And if we need it the next turn, we'll just get it from the trash. So we're probably a little too clean with not quite enough payload. But it's a little hard to add at this stage. Okay. Takes a key, plays a copper. Okay, so they took all the... Well, this is okay now because they're not double provincing, I don't think. I guess they technically could. Not sure when they shuffled. Well, not with the key gone, or not with the treasurer gone. Well, they just shuffled. So yeah, if they draw Silk Merchant, yeah, there's sort of a world where they can do that. Snow give buy as well. Wow. What doesn't it do? Okay, so maybe we take the key. Well, the thing is that they're pretty likely to buy province anyway. What if they buy province and... So next turn I can have maybe $2 more. I can have 5. So I can promise duchy. I don't know, I'm a little scared here, but... Okay, this is fine. Let me think, though. We just need to do province. We just need province estate, so it's like in hand. Yeah, so we had, I mean, I can't complain about the draws at all, so I have to imagine there's something a little more persuasive that can be done here than what I did. I mean, the most obvious thing is to get a displace for sure. Or at least that's the thing that jumps out at me. To like the third sanctuary could easily be a displace. Though the AI is moving pretty fast through stuff, so you can play with quite a bit of duchy gaining here with the displace, which would be kind of nice. And it gives you better like multi-province threat at the end. Like I just didn't have any. My turns were completely consistent, but they were pretty underpowered. And there should be enough drawn gains here to get something out of the deck. So on the other hand, the bot was pressuring, so it's not like you had endless time here. So I'm not sure. I'm trying to think through it. I'm just really unsure. So like, how many I buy so many sanctuaries. Like, what if this is a displace? The thing about that in particular, well, we kind of already know how this shuffle goes. Right, I remember the shuffle. Playing the Silk Merchant was safe. Yeah, I remember that. It's a little silly. Maybe we get a Slay. I mean, of course, then we have this collision. We could lose a treasure, I guess. I don't think we really want to do that, but this stuff just is, I don't know. I mean, like, you can do this stuff, like, right, this looks a little more exciting than some of the other stuff I was doing in the previous game, but it's still really action limited, and it just sort of looks more exciting. I don't know that it actually is more exciting. And you can see some of the issues as far as the terminal space goes. So we can play a horse, but we may not find that. See, we can only play one more action. So the thing with Snowy is we don't get this plus action stuff anymore. So I still feel like we're in a spot where we need to be taking the provinces. I guess this is about where we were previously when we took province. It's not hugely different as far as that goes. And they take Flagbear back. So there may be something here. We do have a gold, which is kind of nice. We want to play the displace. What would we even play it on? I guess we would get to play the I guess we would get to play the. I mean, we could play the displace on the flag bearer or on this sleigh. Because the displacing here is really not too exciting. We could do a province, I guess. And buy gold, get the gold back. That's okay, actually. That's not too terrible. Of course, we have this, so this is terrible. What does the AI do there? Nothing. They just take the tokens rather than buy duchy, which is reasonable, I guess. Well, we can owl the sleigh and just see if we draw anything nice. No, it's pretty nice. There's like multiple ways to buy province here. So it is a little bit of a bummer that we don't find the... And I guess we can just pass here and not buy anything. This basically looks the same as the other game, excepting that we have a little more payload at this point, which is nice. But otherwise it looks very similar. I mean, I think with exploration we just pass and get the villager and copper. We could buy a silk merchant, and then the question is whether having a silk merchant in the deck is better than not, I guess. But I think I think no silk merchant is probably a little better. We also have these horses down here, which is nice. Yeah, so this is pretty much... There's no real reason to keep this sleigh in hand. We probably need to do a... We could keep the province because it can go duchy. Well, honestly... Oh, it doesn't let you undo that choice. You can't undo the choice not to exile because it doesn't consider it a separate thing from the sanctuary, which is a little annoying, but it's okay. Anyway, we can do like this to duchy, and we can just buy the province. There's a gold down there. There are multiple ways to get the finish there. So that doesn't look really much different. I would say it might be a little bit better at covering, like, I don't know, the AI doing something stronger, right? The displace gives us better duchy gaining capabilities, which is nice. So I think I like that line a little bit better, but it doesn't play out super different on this particular seed against this particular AI random whatever. So, but it did look pretty clean as well. So anyway, I think this is a pretty interesting board. It's just a little, you're just action limited, right? That's the thing. But that can be fun to work around that constraint. So nice little kingdom. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow.